All right, everybody, we're getting ready to land at Springbank Airport. In case you're wondering, there's the runway, runway 26, easy to spot because there's still snow on the ground. And my pre-landing flow check goes like this: belts, brakes, gear, undercarriage, make sure the gear's down, mixtures, props, and switches. Do this on every single airplane. And we can expect there to be some snow and ice on the runway, so we want to use light braking and utilize those turboprops to help get us slowed up. Our short final check is gear, props, flaps. We have landing clearance, and again, triple, quadruple check that the landing gear is down and locked. And these are simple flow checks you can use in every single airplane. Doesn't matter if you're flying a Cessna 172 or a jet, you can use it in addition to the actual aircraft checklist. Now my speed's about 110 knots, which is a little bit slow. I usually like to be about 115, and I want to plan to cross the threshold at about 105 knots. I'm a little bit right of center. My passenger's filming, so I want to correct that and try to make this as silky smooth as possible. I'm about 105 now, and as I get closer to the runway, I just walk the power levers back. We have to land with a little bit of power, and you're going to see I'm pretty much bang on the numbers coming over the threshold, and just fly the airplane down, initiate a light flare. This runway is only 3,500 feet, so we don't want to float too far, and there you have it. Pretty smooth landing, not silky smooth. I've done a lot better than that, but I'm gonna bring the flaps up, turn the pressurization off, and those 4-blade props create so much drag that we don't even have to use the brakes. It's one of the advantages of flying a turbine airplane, especially onto slippery runways with lots of ice and snow. My passenger's gonna give me a little fist bump because he thought that was pretty awesome getting to sit up front, and I have to say, I love having passengers come up and sit co-pilot because I get to share that experience and they can have an appreciation for the amazing views we get from the cockpit. I'm just gonna open the side window here because obviously the airplane is depressurized now that we're on the ground. I love that fresh air and the sound of those PT6s. And every once in a while you get a wafting of burnt jet fuel, which is bad for your health, but great for your soul. I think they should include that as part of the Canada Health Food Guide. And once we're parked here on the ramp, we can shut everything down. The auxiliary fuel heaters can come off, avionics, generators off, and then we can shut the fuel off and feather these propellers.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Great flight.
Alex, that was fantastic.
Now, speaking of the Rocky Mountains, just want to take a moment to appreciate how amazing it is to get to fly in what I think is the most beautiful country in the world. Despite all the problems we got going on right now, Canada's got the most incredible scenery, the most incredible landscapes from coast to coast, changing weather conditions, all sorts of airports, my favorite being all the ones in the Rocky Mountains. It is a pilot's paradise, one of the best places to fly in the world, and I'm not the only one to say that because I'm pretty sure all my passengers would agree.
What's that, Evan?
It was good.
How's the flight?
It felt normal. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Little cheers to all the new viewers. And if you're curious on what it's like to become a pilot, what the process is, how to get your first aviation job, then I've got videos on my channel that you can check out to help get you started. Absolutely love and appreciate all the support, everybody. So we'll catch you on the next adventure. Happy and safe flying, everybody. Cheers.